Well, as the world shifts from pandemic to endemic mentality, you'd think that would be cause for consumer celebration with boozy cocktails. But according to a report by Nielsen, non-alcoholic sales are up 19% compared to total alcohol sales, which are down 6.7% for the month of January. That could be the dry January effect. I don't know. Now, could this be the trend of alcohol sales for the entire year or just the usual? We're going to take a break in January and start drinking back in February. Let's bring in Pernod Ricard USA CEO and Mukherjee. And it's great to see you. Welcome to the Countdown.
Cheryl, always great to be with you.
Talk to me about this shift now. You know, we saw alcohol sales go through the roof during the pandemic, but now people are out and about. What does that trend that you're seeing at Pernod Ricard mean?
Yeah, so what we're basically seeing is on-premise or restaurants are back, and they're back big, double-digit. And you know what you're showing here on Nielsen is only what we call the retail channel. It doesn't include bars and restaurants. So if you look at the total growth, if you combine both, we're actually still seeing very robust growth in that 6% range. And you're absolutely right. This low alcohol, no alcohol trend is real. We're projecting about 31% growth in that sector worldwide by 2024. So there's a lot happening in this space right now.
I think it's interesting that you're trying to, that the company is moving into that space because it is kind of a health and wellness trend that we're seeing, especially after we went through the COVID pandemic, obviously. Talk to me, though, about the different brands and the supply chain, because we saw in particular with the wine industry, and I know that you've got Perrier-Jouët as one of your brands, that all those ships that were stuck off the coast of California, a lot of those bottles, supplies for these winemakers were trapped on ships. How has the supply chain had an effect on Pernod Ricard, and how have you dealt with that?
Yeah, I'll tell you, we're seeing supply chain issues, as you know, in the broader industry across many sectors. It's affecting alcohol as well. We've got many of our containers out there as well. But I'll tell you, it's made us be much more, I think, innovative, finding new solutions, finding new ways to think through our supply chain. And so, you know, we continue to perform very well in the industry versus some of our competitors in terms of supply. And so it's an ongoing, I think, modernization of the industry, really becoming much more data focused. And really, this has been a lesson learned for all of us in terms of where we can improve as an industry.
And you mentioned that growth. Is the growth, again, going back to those like developing non-alcohol or low alcohol brands? And what are those brands from Pernod Ricard?
Yeah, so I'll tell you. So the first thing is, as bars are opening up and we're seeing a huge amount of growth, retail sales is staying flat. So all that gain that we got from the pandemic is holding. So overall, that's a great trend. And from a low alcohol, you've seen this increase in ready to drink. These tend to be kind of 5, 6, 7% ABV. And so they're really taking off like crazy. And as malts are slowing down, what's really taking off in the ready-to-drink sector is spirit-based ready-to-drink and that lower ABV. And so we're seeing a lot of that. We're seeing a lot of no-alcohol cocktails on menus. So you're seeing this kind of widen in terms of how people are enjoying alcohol across the spectrum.
It's really interesting how the trends are changing for the consumer. Obviously, you're a global brand, and you know, I was looking at Pernod Ricard's numbers: 6 billion in euros, $6.79 billion basically for the first half of fiscal 22, 13% jump there. So the numbers are strong globally for Pernod Ricard. What about prices? Because we're at a 40-year high for inflation. The consumer is seeing price hikes on everything at the grocery store. Are they seeing price hikes for your products as well?
Yeah, I mean, input costs are a real issue. And what we're doing, we're working really hard with our distributors and our retailers to contain as much of that cost increase as we can, and really just kind of reflect the cost increases. But, you know, discretionary income is going to get challenged. And right now, people still are voting with their dollars in this industry, and we're seeing a lot of premiumization, but we're really trying to work with our partners to control that as much as we can.
A lot of exciting things happening at Pernod Ricard, and really exciting. Please come back anytime.
I promise. Thank you, Cheryl.
Great.
All the best.
Great to see you. And Mukherjee, of course, from Pernod Ricard.